how are you all? So myself Nagappa, you are watching Appa Chemistry classes. So in today's topic, so it is an end of the isomers. It is the last video from the isomers concept. So whatever the so far we had discussed the isomers, structural as well as stereoisomers. In stereoisomers also I had explained the conformational, configurational, conformational isomers. I had given number of examples. Those who not watched, please do watch those videos. Then you will get complete idea about the isomers. Okay, so you can find all those videos links in the description of this video, as well as you can find in the iCard as well as end of this video also. In the screen end you can find all those videos also. Now we are going to see in this video complete questions discussion. I will have selected some list of questions from the different textbooks which are important and repeatedly asked questions. Now we are going to give you the answers for all these important questions. Okay, na? So let's get into these videos here. Number of structural isomers in case of C3H6O. Okay, na? What they are saying, they are asking to calculate number of structural isomers. Now you need to see here this molecule C3H6O. Only one oxygen is there. One oxygen containing functional groups will be, what are those? Alcohols it may be ether, or it may be aldehyde, or it may be ketone. Okay na? So it won't be acid or ester. Only one oxygen is there. So it is not obeys the formula of alcohol. Okay na? So then what happens? It must be an ketone and aldehyde. Now you see here how many structural isomers are possible. C3, C double bond O, CH3, C double bond O, CH3. It is called acetone. One isomer having same molecular formula. 3 carbons, 6 hydrogens, 1 oxygen. Now second one you take here CH3, CH2, C double bond OH. These two are what? 1 and 2 are functional group isomer. Comes under structural isomer. Next third one you take aldehydes, ketones and unsaturated alcohol. You take the CH2 double bond CH, CH2OH. Is it having same molecular formula or not? 3 carbons, so 6 hydrogens, 1 oxygen. Now you take the another isomer for this CH2 double bond COH, CH3. Okay now. Now these two are what? These two are tautomers. 1 and 4 are tautomers. Tautomers also comes under structural isomer only. Next fifth one you can take here CH double bond CH, CH3OH. Now it is a fifth one. Okay na? Now this all will comes under what? A structural isomer. Is there any other possibility? Is there any other possibility? So you can take the now the OH group is present here, next here, next here. Okay na? So next structural isomer, alcohols we had seen the functional group isomer. Next we are going to see the metamers for this sixth one. You can see here O, CH3, CH double bond CH2. Okay, it is an one of the alcohol. To this alcohol it is an ether. So both are having same molecular formula, different functional group. They comes under functional group isomer. Okay, so next you can take here. Okay, ether is the another functional group isomer. Now these are the total of how many isomers? Number of structural isomer for the C3H6O will be how many here? Total of 6 isomers. Out of these 6 isomer, you can take the one more ring chain isomer also. So seventh one is comes under ring chain isomer here. So it is an ring chain isomer. Okay. And also you take here this compound, fifth compound. If they ask the geometry, stereoisomers also if they include it, then here what happens? It has the one cis and trans isomer. Here cis trans also possible if they ask stereo. But they asked only structural isomers. No? Total possible structural isomers are how many for this? Total of 7 isomers are possible. Is that clear? C3H6O. Now next, ortho para meta dichlorobenzene. Second question. Now you see here it is ortho dichlorobenzene. This position is called ortho position. This position is also called ortho. The exactly opposite side is said to be para. So adjacent to the substituent is said to be ortho. In between ortho and para, whatever the substituent is there, it is called meta. Now it is orthodichlorobenzene and para-dichlorobenzene here. Para-dichlorobenzene. And you take the meta-dichlorobenzene also. Now these three are what? All are having the same molecular formula, but the two chlorines, their substituent is, position of substituent is different. So they comes under, it is 1,2-dichlorobenzene, 1,2-dichlorobenzene. They are having same carbon chain, but their position of halogen substituent is different. Here 1,2, here it is 1,3-dichloro, 1,3-dichloro. It is 1,4-dichloro. Sorry, it is 1,4-dichloro, it is 1,3-dichloro. So they comes under positional isomer. Which type of isomer? Ortho, para, meta-dichlorobenzene comes under positional isomer. In place of here only you can take xylene. Orthoxylene, paraxylene, metaxylene comes under positional isomer. What is xylene here? So when benzene ring attached with two methyl groups, then it is called xylene. It is called xylene. Very important one. So orthoxylene and metaxylene, paraxylene comes under positional group, positional isomer. Is that clear? Second question. Next, number of monochlorination products. In case of number of monochlorination products obtained when 2-methyl-butane on chlorination. Now you see here how many monochlorination product. It is very, very important. You need to identify here the type of hydrogen atom which are present in this compound. Now question number 3, no? So what they given here? Monochlorination of 2-methyl-butane. So they said but, the root word includes the what? 4 carbon atom, and second position contain 1 methyl group. So it is called 2-methyl-butane. Now 2-methyl-butane. Now you see here how many type of atoms are there on monochlorination. Say for example chlorine, when it is react in presence of sunlight, one chlorine will be substituted on the one hydrogen is replaced by the one chlorine. Then how many isomers you are going to get here? So it is first isomer. First isomer here hydrogen is replaced one chlorine. Next second isomer is a tertiary, 1-chloro 2-methyl-butene. Here 2-chloro 2-methyl-butene. Next one is, it is 2-chloro, okay, 2-chloro 2-methyl 3-methyl-butene. It is 1, 2, 3, no, 4. That is 2-chloro 3-methyl-butane. Now next compound is, you take here, it is another compound, that is 1, 2, 3, 4. Now 1-chloro 3-methyl-butane. So total of how many isomers we are getting? This is first one, second one, third one, it is fourth one. Okay, na? So total of how many isomers are possible for this? Total of 4 isomers are possible for the 2-methyl-butane. Is there any other possibility? No, only 4 possibilities are there. Now if the chlorine is substituted here, it is same only. That is 1-chloro 2-methyl-butane only. Here also same thing. Okay, na? So total of how many we are getting? Total of 4. These are structural isomers. They are asking only number of chlorination isomers obtained from 2-methyl-butane. These are structural isomer. What about stereoisomer? If it want to show stereoisomer, is it having double bond? No, no restriction of bond. But it has the optically active carbon. Now you see this carbon is optically active carbon here. So this carbon is bonded with 4 other different groups. Then it is chiral carbon. Now it is D isomer. Next one is, you take the L isomer. Say for example here the chlorine is bonded here with the dotted line. This hydrogen is present in the thick line. Now in this case, if the chlorine is present in the thick line, okay, so chlorine, here hydrogen is present in the dotted line. So then it comes under what? This is a D isomer. Say for example it is L isomer. If they include the stereoisomer also, total 5. If they are saying only structural isomers, then it will 4. If they include the stereoisomer, then it will be 5. Is that clear? That is, third question is also clear. Okay, now next, the number of aromatic isomers in case of C8. H10 C8H10. Now you see here what they are saying. Question number here in question number 4. Okay now. So what they are saying, the number of aromatic isomer for the C8H10. Now whenever you are finding the ratio between carbon atom and hydrogen is nearly equal to 1, then definitely it is aromatic compound. Okay na? So it won't form the aliphatic compound. They are asking aromatic isomers for the C8H10. Now you see in this case aromatic compound means benzene ring, you take it. So this is benzene, C6H6 is completed. Now here one CH3 you write, here one CH2 you write. Now total number of carbons are how many? 8 carbons. Here 6 plus 7, 8. Okay na? How many hydrogens are there? Here 5, 5 plus 5, 10 hydrogens. This is one isomer of aromatic isomer. Next one is CH3, CH3. Now it is called what? Orthoxylene. It is called orthoxylene. It is ethyl benzene. It is ethyl benzene. It is orthoxylene. You take the metaxylene. You take the another one. These all will be aromatic isomers of C8H10. Okay na? So total it is metaxylene, it is paraxylene. So total of how many isomers are possible for that C8H10? Total of 4 isomers. Next question number 5 chudandi okasari. See the question number 5. The number of structural and stereoisomers for C4H10O, which is very, very important. C4H10O, we have to find the structural isomer as well as stereoisomer. It is a general formula of alcohol. Now what is the general formula of alcohol here? Alcohol general formula will be CnH2n plus 2O. In case of aldehydes and ketone, it will be general formula is CnH2nO. It will be. Okay, just now we had seen C3H6, that is CnH2nO. That is in case of aldehydes and ketone, means one double bond is there. But here alcohol will have the general formula, that one. Okay na? Now we are going to see the how many type of structural as well as stereoisomer they are saying. So first it is N-butanol, one isomer. Next is 2-butanol. It is second isomer. Next you take the, it is isobutanol, third isomer. You take the tertiary butyl alcohol, 4 isomers. Now we got the all alcoholic isomers we got. Next one you see, here ethers we will see. For this alcohol, functional group will be ether. Next, fifth isomer will be, you take here, so diethyl ether. Okay, now it is diethyl ether. Next one is, so it is methyl propyl ether. Okay, it is a sixth isomer. Next one is, you take the, in case of, you take the isopropyl methyl ether. Okay, it is isopropyl methyl ether. It is an isopropyl methyl ether. How many carbons? 4 carbons and 10 hydrogens. 9 plus 1, 10 hydrogens, 1 oxygen. It is what? A 7th isomer. Now, is there any other possible isomer? This all will be structural isomers. Okay, na? So, structural isomer. Now, here you see, this is a chiral carbon. The chiral carbon has the OH group. Okay, na? So, then it has the what? D isomer, 1 D isomer and 1 L isomer. So, here total 7 plus 1, 8 isomers are possible. So, what they are saying? The total number of structural and stereoisomers will be how many? 8 isomers are possible for this. Total of 8 isomers. In that, out of 8 isomers, there are 7 will be structural isomers. Okay, now 7 will be structural isomer and 2 are the stereoisomers. Okay, now D and L. One of the D will comes under structural also. So for that reason, we are including total will be 8 isomers. Now you see here, how many alcoholic isomers are there? 4 alcoholic isomers. How many primary alcoholic isomers are there? This is primary alcohol. This is also primary alcohol. So 2 primary alcohols, 1 secondary alcohol. Okay, now 1 tertiary alcohol is there. Now you take the how many ethers are there? 3 ethers. 1, 2, 3. 3 ether isomers, 4 alcoholic isomers. Is that clear? Yeah, question number 6. The number of optical isomers for this compound. So this is a compound. What they given? Sixth question. The number of optical isomers they are saying. That is CH3, CHOH, CH, OH, CH, OH, CH2OH. Now it is what? How many chiral carbons are there here? 3 chiral carbons are there. And also it is more than one chiral carbon without any symmetry elements. So it is an unsymmetrical molecule. It is an unsymmetrical molecule. That is, which is not having any symmetry elements. It is unsymmetrical molecules. So what they are saying, number of optical isomers. Number of optical isomers in case of unsymmetrical molecule will be how many optical isomers? That is 2 power n. What is n here? Number of chiral carbon. Okay na? So you can watch that how to find the number of optical isomers in case of unsymmetrical molecule, symmetrical molecule. In the previous video, in optical isomers, you can see those. So 2 power n. How many chiral carbons are there? 3. That is 2 power 3, that is 8. So how many optical isomers are possible for that? 8 isomers are possible. Next, here you see. So this molecule, this question number 7, very, very important. Question number 7, RS nomenclature. Okay, na? So previous video, that is second last video from this one. Okay, na? So last to third video, in that configurational RS configuration and D and L configuration I had given. So in this case, what happens? So this A molecule you take. What they are saying? 2R3S 2,3-butane diol. They are asking to identify in these options. Now I am taking option A. So what is option A here? CH3, CH3. Now here OH is there, here H is there. Here H, here OH. Now your priority group is present on the horizontal line. Okay, na? Sorry, it is they given here OH in the right side. No, I had taken in left side. Here OH, here H. So then it is 1. Now then what happens here? It is 1, it is 2 now. So it is in this direction. That is, it is giving in clockwise direction. When it is clockwise with the least priority group on horizontal line, then it is taken as 3s. On third carbon atom, 3s. Is that clear? That is the first option has the 2 or 3s configuration of 2,3-butane diol. Is that clear? Those who not watch the configurational isomers and their DL nomenclature and RS, you can watch once. So number of geometrical isomers and optical isomers for this molecule is, what the molecule they given? CH3, C double bond, H, Cl, CH2, CH2, COH, CH3, H. Now you see here number of geometrical as well as optical isomer. Whether it is a symmetrical molecule or unsymmetrical molecule, it is an unsymmetrical molecule. Now here we have the two types of isomer, that is E and Z isomer. This E and Z comes under geometrical isomer. How many geometrical isomers? 2. Now it is a chiral carbon. Only one chiral carbon is there. That is number of optical isomers will be what happens? 2 power n. That is 2 power 1. That is 2. So 2 optical isomers and 2 geometrical isomers. Next question number, it is 8th question. Next question number 9. Order of stability of conformation of butane. Now you see here, this is a butane, CH3, CH3, HH. So conformational isomer. Okay, now previous video you can see there. So it is 1, 2, 3, 4. Now this 2, 3 carbons are there. No, we are taking as a reference atom. So we are rotating those 2 carbon atoms. Then what happens? It is an front carbon. Okay, the second carbon you take it as front carbon. Third carbon is rear carbon, that is taken as circle. Now here hydrogen, here hydrogen. If the 2 methyl groups are adjacent, the dihedral angle is 0. Then it is called fully eclipsed conformation. It is called fully eclipsed conformation. fully eclipsed conformation. Okay, na? Next, if it is rotated by 60 degrees, if it is rotated by 60 degrees, then what happens? We are going to get the front carbon is kept as it is, but the rear carbon is rotated. Then this CH3 will come here. Okay, so this hydrogen will come here from here to here, here to here. So it is called partially staggered one, and it is also called skew conformation. So when it is rotated again 60 degrees, when it is rotated again 60 degrees, then what happens? We are going to get this methyl group will go here. So CH3, here this hydrogen will come here, this methyl group will go here, methyl group, so here hydrogen. It is called partially eclipsed. It is called partially eclipsed conformation. Okay, now again you rotate one more 60 degrees. You rotate. Then by rotation of 60 degrees, here hydrogen, then what happens? We are going to get here methyl, here hydrogen. Okay, now here the hydrogen will come here, this hydrogen will come here. It is called fully staggered conformation. Okay, so among these, which conformation is more stable here? That fully staggered conformation is more stable due to absence of very less repulsions between the torsional strain is less, as well as van der Waals repulsive forces also less. Okay, torsional strain is nothing but when the two atoms are present very close, they are having torsional strain. So van der Waals repulsions in between the molecules or atoms, they are having the van der Waals repulsion. Now each and every atom is far from one another. This fully staggered one is more stable when compared to the skew conformation. After that partial eclipse, least stable is fully eclipsed conformation. Okay, so that is question number 9. Calculate here number of geometrical isomers in case of unsymmetrical molecule CH3, CH double bond, CH double bond, CH double bond, CN. So it is an unsymmetrical alkene. In case of unsymmetrical alkene, how to calculate number of geometrical isomers here? Number of geometrical isomers is equal to 2 power n. In case of unsymmetrical alkenes. In case of symmetrical alkene, how you will calculate? In case of symmetrical alkenes, how you will calculate number of geometrical isomers? Number of geometrical isomers is equal to 2 power n minus 1 plus 2 power p minus 1. 2 power p minus 1. That is in case of geometrical isomers. Now you take here, now n is what here? Number of double bonds. Now in this case, p will be taken as n by 2 when n is even. Unpaired number of bonds, double bonds are odd number, then p value will be n plus 1 by 2. Okay, so that is now here it is unsymmetrical molecule. In this case, how many double bonds are there? 3. So 2 power 3, that is 8 it will be. Is that clear? So these are the different types of questions which are asked in the examinations. You see here which of the following compound exhibit tautomerism. Now you see here at least one alpha hydrogen containing compounds will participate in tautomerism. Now it is carbonyl carbon, adjacent carbon is alpha carbon, here also alpha carbon is there which has 2 hydrogen, it also participate in tautomerism. Now in this case also these are alpha carbons which are having alpha hydrogens, they participate in tautomerism. So which type of compound it will be formed here? After tautomerization, it forms the OH it will form. Aromaticity it is getting. Now in this case, which type of compound will be formed after tautomerization? OH. Now here it is double bond one, here OH. Why it is alternative position? It gets the resonance. Due to that, it should be alternative position. It is more stable when compared to this one. Enol content is more here. Due to this cyclic ring is getting aromaticity. Now in this case also what happens after tautomerization? We are going to get here also alpha hydrogens are there. Now what happens? We are going to get OH. Now the double bond is already here. Here OH. Here double bond. Okay, it is also getting aromaticity. Now in this case you see here, it is first atom, second atom, third atom. Now the proton which is present in the first atom is shifted to the third one. Okay, now then it participates in 1,3 proton shift. So it is called tautomerization. Okay, now so here double bond O CH3. Okay, now so sorry. Here it is CH C double bond O. Now 1,3 proton shift it will be, sorry, here it is CH2 C double bond O H it will be. Okay, now that is a tautomerization product. All compounds are participating in tautomerism. Next, which molecule has the more enol content? I made this separate video on tautomerism, which is very, very important. Their percentage of enol content, it depends on the stability of the enol. That enol must be stabilized by hydrogen bond or it must be stabilized by resonance. Then it has the more percentage of enol content. It also depends on the solvent also. Okay, na? Aromaticity. Those all I had explained there. You can once watch that one. Now, which molecule has higher enol content? This is acetone, which has the least enol content. But here dimethyl ketone. Okay, na? So it is methyl ketone is there. Methylene group is there. CH2. It is alpha carbon. It is more acidic hydrogens are there on this carbon. That carbon can easily donate the H plus ion. So it can easily participate in enol content. It has the more percentage of enol. So due to formation of enol content, what happens? OH double bond. Okay. So here double bond O it will be. In between this oxygen and hydrogen, so dative bonding, that is hydrogen bonding is present. Okay, now so that hydrogen bond is present. Now when compared to here B, after this C has the more enol content, after that B, after that D, after that A. So here D and A, which is having more enol content, cyclic compounds readily participate in tautomerism when compared to open chain compound. But whereas here two keto groups are there, so the hydrogens which are attached, they are more resonantly stabilized. Okay, now here OH, here also OH will get. It has the resonance. When compared to that one, it is more stable one. Is that clear? Next one. Which of the following compound exhibit geometrical isomer? Now you see here, it is exhibit geometrical isomer means it should have the double bond. This compound will exist geometrical isomer. B no. So it is written as 2CH, 2CH, 2 COOH groups. This has the one COOH group. It also has the one COOH group. Now this carbon is getting a total of 3 bonds only. Now one more bond will be double bond. Okay, now so it is a C double bond O, here H, here H. It is a cis form. Now next is, it is fumaric acid, malic acid, and the next one is fumaric acid. You take COOH, the acid groups which are present on the opposite direction, then it is called fumaric acid. This is trans compound. These two are participating in cis-trans, geometrical isomers. Next you say here, these two compounds are which type of isomers? These two. Now you see here, it is an ester functional group. Around the ester functional group, different alkyl groups are substituted. The ester oxygen is bonded with phenol. Now here ester oxygen is bonded with benzene. Now here different one. Now this carbonyl carbon is bonded to benzene. This carbonyl carbon bonded to phenol. So having same molecular formula, but different alkyl groups are bonded on the bivalent functional group. They comes under metamers. This comes under metamers. Very important. Now you see here, this is amine. It is primary amine. Primary amine. It is secondary amine. So it is a tertiary amine. Primary, secondary, tertiary amines comes under functional group isomer. They comes under functional group isomer, but not primary alcohol, secondary alcohol, tertiary alcohol. Is that clear? So that's it about what this video. This video is completely based on all important questions I had explained. So those who have any isomer, if you have the doubts, you can find all those isomers links in the description of this video, as well as you can see in the iCard. I will mention the playlist of total isomers, and also other chapters also I will mention. Okay na? So try to watch it, complete videos, and learn complete information about isomers. Thank you. Have a nice day. Keep watching Appa Chemistry classes.